Los Angeles. Destined to become one of the world's leading sopranos and one of the most successful recording artists since the war, 1944 was the year of her very first recording and her professional debut as a soloist. Well, since then, her extraordinary career has never looked back. She's made over 100 recordings and sold over 5 million, and her Mimi in La Boheme being hailed as the finest ever recorded, as was her Carmen. But audiences also love her for her recitals, which have introduced the world to her massive repertoire of over 1,000 songs. Well, this Friday, Victoria de Los Angeles is back at the Wigmore Hall in London, celebrating her 40th anniversary as only she can, in a concert of French and Spanish music. But for us today, with pianist Jussi Bjorling, she's chosen Joaquin Nin's Paño, Murciano.
Cuánta plata es menester para engarzar un besito de boca de mi querer. Diga usted, señor platero, cuánta plata es menester. Señor platero, he pensado que usted sabe engarzar, por eso le vengo a dar una obrita de cuidado. A mí un besito me ha dado mi novio con gran salero. Engarzarme en plata quiero, porque soy su fiel amante. Que plata será bastante, diga usted, señor platero. Señor platero, he pensado que usted sabe engarzar, por eso le vengo a dar una obrita de cuidado. A mí un besito me ha dado mi novio con gran salero. Engarzarme en plata quiero, porque soy su fiel amante. Que plata será bastante, diga usted, señor platero.
Welcome to Pebble Mill,
Thank
Victoria.
you.
It's lovely to see you here, and to hear that lovely Spanish song. Because you've introduced so many Spanish songs to the world, haven't you? It's really...
Oh, yes. Since my first recital, I have always put, and the last part in my program, so always Spanish music, yes.
And you were saying right from the very first recital, but your singing Spanish songs goes back before that.
Oh yes,
So-
I have sang with the group, ancient group, Ars Musicae. I have done ancient music of Spain, of course, yes.
Now that was the group where you were called for a while, wasn't it? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yes, yes.
Because you were a young teenager, weren't
And there
you?
were
when you first
seven
started?
also. There were
Yes.
7 people, so I was called Snow White, imagine.
But that was a marvellous training for you, wasn't it?
Oh,
A
yes,
preparation
yes.
for
I
your
think so.
professional career.
I think it was a wonderful help, a wonderful teaching. It was a wonderful atmosphere, and I was each day since 10 o'clock at night to 2 o'clock in the morning. We were always doing ancient music and singing a lot, and it was a wonderful thing for me to learn. Yes.
It was an instrumental ensemble,
Oh
wasn't
yes,
it?
yes,
And
yes.
you used to play...
They had 92 ancient instruments, a copy of course. So it was.
as I said, a marvellous
yes.
experience.
Yes.
But it was very valuable to you because, of course, you came from a poor background,
Oh, yes,
didn't
yes,
you? At
yes.
a very, very difficult time
Yes,
for
my
Spain.
father was a caretaker in university in Barcelona, and I was born there, and I was living in the same building during 25 years. And so I think I came to my career just because I had a wonderful success in my examinations in the conservatoire, and also because I won first prize in the one contest in the radio in Barcelona, and I earned a little money, and so I was a help to my family, and that decided to my career.
But
Yes.
you also found someone who became your musical godfather, in a way, because the man who also founded the Ars Musica ensemble, and he was the man who actually managed to raise money so that you had enough food to eat.
Yes, he was the founder of this group, and he was looking for some high society people in Barcelona to have more money for me to expand my studies with more teaching, more professors.
Yes.
So.
Do you think today that you would have been a famous professional singer if you hadn't had his help in those early days?
Well, I don't know. I can't change the destiny or the circumstances. Maybe yes or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? I can't say that. It is a mystery.
But I know there was another very important competition, wasn't there, in Geneva a few years later?
Yes, yes.
That really was, in a sense, your international breakthrough.
Well, I don't know. I think in a way it looks like that, but it's not in reality like that. I went in 1947 to the Geneva contest just to have one experience more, but I didn't thought that to become the winner, and I was. I don't think they gave it much interest. I mean, because I was the winner of Geneva, because I have been in many places saying I am the winner of the Geneva contest, and nobody gave it any appreciation. It is later when you make a career that they say, well, because of the
you
contest.
also won that contest.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting little story around that contest, isn't there, about the fact that you had a phone call from a gentleman from La Scala offering you some work there, but you turned it down because you were homesick and you wanted to be home.
Well, I have been always homesick.
In those early days.
No, they called me to make an audition in La Scala, Mr. Giringhelli, and I said, no, I have my ticket already to return home. So but you can come here first and you go to Barcelona. I say, no, impossible. I go home. So I didn't make any audition to La Scala. So.
And also something that you started there and that you've continued throughout the 40 years of your professional career is this balance between opera singing, eventually at La Scala and at the Met, all over the world, and recitals. I was saying you've got a magnificent recital coming up on Friday. That's always been important to you.
Yes.
And some artists don't do many recitals. Why do you do so many? Why
well,
so
I think it is a very good thing for a singer to do all kind of music. I mean, to have a wide variety of knowledge of everything in music, all composers. And it is very good to, from the first moment you are a student, to know how to sing a Schubert song. Yes, it is very important, not only to the opera. I mean, one thing helps the other. You see, opera it is better for you if you have sung lieder to phrase in an opera. There's the more quality you're phrasing. And also opera develops your voice. Also, it's very good for a recital singer. So I think a singer must sing the two things.
Well, Victoria de Los Angeles, thank you so much for singing one of the songs that you're going to sing on Friday. I look forward to coming along to that concert and hearing many more. Ladies and gentlemen, Victoria de Los Angeles.